Okay, Barry, we've worked together quite often as both with you directing from the piano and conducting the RTE National Symphony Orchestra. Now, to somebody like me who's a melody line instrument performer, just the sheer feat of learning and memorising a vast work like the Brahms Concerto is a sort of magic, really. It seems nearly impossible to me. So how do you learn a concerto like this and even consider directing it from the keyboard as well? Surely this is a form of madness, isn't it?
I would say that's about right. It is completely mad. Because normally in Mozart's day, in Haydn's day, and in Bach times, of course, the soloist sat at the harpsichord or the piano and directed the instruments, but they were relatively simple, not simple in terms of the musical argument and the musical substance, but they were simple to put together. Sitting and directing this huge Brahms piano concerto from the keyboard is taking that a step further. But you'll remember that we did the Liszt Piano Concerto for Symphony Sessions a couple of years ago, and we both recognised that there's a part for section leaders to play.
Yes.
It's not just that I direct. I guess the person who's there should have a conception of the piece and say, I want it to be faster, slower, louder, soft, etc. But it's a team effort, and that's the only way this can work, is that there are moments where the trumpet will have to lead, be, and lead the woodwind. There'll be moments when first oboe, maybe third horn, certainly yourself as concertmaster, as leader, and first cello. And when everybody is organised and we recognise for it to continue being successful, then that will work. And then what happens is that because this team effort, it's not just one conductor like a dictator standing there. It's everybody's taking part, and that's fascinating, I think, for the audience to see.
Yes,
because it's everybody is equal in a way. I know it is a piano concerto, but actually it's very important for this because Brahms, these two piano concertos, number one that we will do now and number two later in the season, are very much symphonies in that the piano is a solo instrument, but it's really a part of the whole orchestral texture. And so it's kind of logical that the orchestra plays much more of a directing role themselves. So it's not just a conductor, it's everybody in it, and making an effort and making a difference themselves.
I was wondering, what are the real pointers that you would like the audience to be aware of in this?
The great problem with conducting stuff that's slow is you have to try and sustain it, otherwise it can kind of fall flat. And this is a very slow kind of maestoso, which means majestic. And it starts with the violas going hell for leather, scrubbing away on D. But it doesn't start in D minor. It doesn't go. No, it starts in a different key. With a very provocative theme. And that underpins the whole thing. And you always feel that tension. And even when it changes to things like this, those bare fifths and bare fourths, like it's the beginning of the world. It's just like creation happening, and that's that kind of monumental, cataclysmic shift, like a supernova. And that's what I think. This opening is like a supernova. It just, if it's done really well, where everybody is just so committed, it just, it just blows your head. It's just incredible. And the second movement, of course, was a tribute to Schumann, because Brahms, great friendship with Schumann, and we're not sure, but a slight, maybe a not love affair, but certainly a love for his wife Clara, and also the tragedy of Schumann trying to commit suicide. Schumann threw himself into the Rhine in 1854, and so Brahms wrote this as a kind of a hymn to Schumann, for his love, and actually wrote Benedictus qui venit in nomine Domini over the first few lines. And it's a beautiful bassoon duet which is absolutely amazing. And my attitude to the Brahms Concerto, which I learned when I was, I guess, 20 years old, has changed dramatically. But in a sense, it's kind of got more direct and it's not the right word, but more simple. I know sort of what's really important to bring out for the audience. Whereas in those days I was, oh my God, I've got to bring this. Oh, this is important, this is important. But now I know what's important and I prioritise better.